Welcome back to USA Car Reviews, where American muscle, raw power, and timeless design all come together. Today, we're going back in time to one of the most iconic performance cars of the early 90s. A car that blended 80s attitude with modern muscle for its time, the 1990 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. Now if you're a fan of bold styling, V8 rumble, and rear-wheel drive performance, the Trans Am is likely already on your radar. But the 1990 model year marked a special time in the Firebird's third generation. It was bold, low-slung, and unapologetically aggressive. It wasn't just a car, it was a statement. So let's get into it. The 1990 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am came in swinging with a design that still turns heads to this day. With its long, aerodynamic hood, hidden pop-up headlights, and sleek fastback profile, it had the perfect mix of 80s edge and 90s refinement. The Trans Am wasn't trying to look like anything else, it had its own identity. One look and you knew what it was. Under the hood, things got serious. The 1990 Trans Am was powered by the legendary 5.7-liter L98 V8, the same engine found in the C4 Corvette. That's right, Pontiac dropped a Corvette motor into a Firebird. It produced 245 horsepower and 345 pound-feet of torque. That might not sound like much by today's numbers, but back in 1990, it was a beast. And the torque, oh the torque, it came on strong and low. Floor it at a stoplight, and the tires lit up without hesitation. Paired with a 4-speed automatic transmission, the Trans Am could hit 60 miles per hour in just over 6 seconds. And while it wasn't the fastest car of the decade, it had something more valuable: personality. It sounded mean, felt raw, and delivered an experience that connected driver and machine in a way few cars do today. Inside the cabin, the Trans Am was unmistakably GM of the late 80s and early 90s, but with its own sporty twist. The dash wrapped around the driver, almost cockpit-like. Analog gauges dominated the instrument panel, and everything was within easy reach. The seats were supportive, bolstered just enough to keep you locked in during aggressive cornering, yet comfortable for longer drives. You got power accessories, cruise control, and even an optional premium audio system. But make no mistake, the Trans Am wasn't a luxury cruiser. It was built to drive. The suspension setup gave it surprising agility for a car of its size. Up front, it used a McPherson strut setup, and in the rear, a torque arm with coil springs and a solid axle. Combined with performance tires and disc brakes all around, the Trans Am carved corners better than most people expected. It wasn't a nimble little sports car, but it had muscle car grace and highway dominance. One of the standout features of the 1990 model was the restyled nose. This was the first year Pontiac dropped the old wrap-around nose with the bird graphic in favor of a cleaner, more modern look. The quad-square fog lamps gave it a sharper face, while the integrated bumper and sleeker lines hinted at what was coming in the 90s. And speaking of that bird, the Firebird logo was still present, but more refined, showing that the brand was maturing while keeping its roots intact. Of course, the Trans Am has always been about more than just specs and styling. It's about culture. It's about American performance in its purest form. And in 1990, the Trans Am wasn't just a car you drove, it was one you showed off. Pull into a gas station, and people turned their heads. The sound, the stance, the silhouette, it had road presence in a way few cars did. Let's talk value. Back in 1990, the Trans Am gave you real performance for your money. While European sports cars cost thousands more and often required expensive maintenance, the Pontiac gave you solid horsepower, a proven powertrain, and an affordable ticket to muscle car excitement. And the aftermarket, it was massive. You could upgrade just about anything, from exhaust and intakes to suspension kits and cosmetic tweaks. The Trans Am wasn't just a car, it was a canvas. Today, the 1990 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am is considered a classic. Enthusiasts seek them out for restoration projects, weekend cruisers, or simply to relive their youth. And the best part, they're still relatively affordable compared to earlier muscle cars or modern collectibles. With the right care, these cars can easily become future showstoppers. But beyond the numbers and history, what makes the 1990 Trans Am special is how it makes you feel. Slide behind the wheel, fire up that V8, and suddenly you're not in 2025 anymore. You're back in an era when driving was raw, visceral, and unfiltered. There's no touchscreen, no lane assist, no digital speedo, just a steering wheel, throttle, and a big American 5.8 ready to roar. And that's what we love about it. The Pontiac Firebird Trans Am will always hold a place in the pantheon of American muscle. While the Camaro and Mustang often steal the spotlight, the Trans Am was always that underdog with a punch, the rebel of the group. And in 1990, Pontiac showed the world that it wasn't done yet. So if you're looking for a piece of real automotive history, something that delivers performance, style, and pure driving emotion, the 1990 Trans Am might just be the car for you. Whether you're cruising through the city streets or blasting down a country road, it delivers the kind of experience that reminds you why we fell in love with cars in the first place. That wraps up this review on USA Car Reviews. If you enjoyed this look at a true muscle icon, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another American classic. We've got more legendary rides, modern reviews, and everything in between coming your way. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep your foot on the gas and your eyes on the road.